What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Ashton Jackson, and in today's video, I'm going to be continuing my series about talking about my expectations for each of the Dallas Cowboys drafted picks. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Marshawn Kneeland, my expectations for him, so on and so forth. So before we hop into the video, I appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content. So hopping straight into it, really getting the basic stuff out of the way, saying my expectations is I want him to stay healthy because we drafted him in the second round and we desperately are going to need his services. And then two, I don't really need him to be a penalty-driven guy because we lead the league, or we're top in the league of leading the league in penalties. So I already know that we're already behind the eight ball already because we're such an undisciplined football team. That goes to the coaches, players. There are some games where for all 32 teams alike, we all get bad calls. So it's not just a Dallas Cowboy thing. I'm not going to put that out there and say, oh, they hate the Cowboys. It's not like that. Every single team gets bad calls all throughout the games, right? So he fixed, if he doesn't fall into any of those categories. He's not an injury-prone player. He doesn't fall into the category where he's a knucklehead and he gets a lot of penalties like offsides, roughing the passer, blocking the back, all those things. If he doesn't do any of those things, he'll be a great player. But getting that out of the way, I felt like what he needs to do, what he did in Western Michigan, especially in his last year, right, 2023, in terms of really what he did in the past in the rush defense department. That's why we mainly drafted Marshawn Kneeland, was to be that stout defensive end. If he can be that stout right defensive end that we've been needing for so long with this team, because I'm going to talk about it in a multitude of ways. First, I'm going to talk about the run defense department because ever since the 2000s, we still can't stop the run if you're the Dallas Cowboys. We've never been able to go against a team that just said, F it, we're not going to throw the ball. We're going to be a team that passes 35%, rushes 65% of the time. Or a team that if it's really windy or really cold outside, we're going to up that percentage to 70% running the time, or 80 or 85% running the time. We're just going to be mainly focused, run downhill at the Dallas Cowboys, or run opposite of DeMarcus Lawrence. That's where a lot of teams are getting a lot of their success, right? I haven't really seen a team run down strictly A and B gap and just ran on us and just got 200 yards on us. Most of the times when you think about these games, and this is all Googleable information, PFF has plenty of pictures and everything like that and graphs and all the colorful graphs people would like to look at of when a lot of these teams are running the ball, they're running it on that right defensive end spot. They're running right off that left tackle's waist, and they're running at you every single time. So that not DeMarcus Lawrence, but that Dorrance Armstrong, that Dante Fowler, Terrell Basham in 2021 when he was on the team, every single Sam Williams, Micah Parsons, when they want to run the ball and get major yards, especially when you look at that Buffalo game for last year, they ran on that Micah Parsons, Dorrance Armstrong side. Again, Micah Parsons is a really good run defense player, running downhill at the middle linebacker position more than he is setting the edge at right defensive end. If Marshawn Kneeland can just do what he did at Western Michigan and just be a stout run defense player, I think he's going to be really great. He has been showing out in all the rookie mini camps, mandatory mini camps. He's been a guy that has been winning. When you look at Patrick Nosey Walker's notes from day one of OTAs, right, from almost a week ago, he was already shining out and saying how he was winning in first team reps versus guys like Chuma Edoga, which really isn't like a big accomplishment. But if you're a rookie coming into the league, you're playing NFL talent. Chuma Edoga had plenty of left tackle and just starting experience from the offensive line position. So doing that as a rookie and you being up on a NFL veteran, that's really great. Can he do that versus Tyler Guyton, or can he do that versus Terrence Steele when he gets some pass rushers where he's head up over the center, he's standing up? Can he be a guy that can win over a guy like Cooper Beebe or Brock Hoffman, Zach Martin, Tyler Smith? If he can legitimately do that, and you hear that, and you see that in training camp come July, where they're standing him up over guys like Martin and Tyler Smith and obvious pass downs, and he's just tearing up the competition, and he's a force out there, that's going to be a problem, right? And like this PFF stat that I'm showing you guys right here, he had career highs in 2023 with quarterback pressures of 42. He had 6 sacks, and he had a pass rush win rate in 2023 with an 18.8%. So again, that's really great from a pass rushing standpoint. But what we really drafted Marshawn Kneeland to be was a really stout defensive end. And can he bring that for the Dallas Cowboys day one? Yes, I believe that. And just really, if he could, I feel like this is going to be a really great player that starts for you year one, and you will see instant impact. I really feel like that because he's going to be a guy that's going to get a lot of reps just for the simple fact that you let go of a guy like Dorrance Armstrong. He went to Washington. So did Dante Fowler. So now with both of those guys leaving, both of your second-round picks, which were former second-round 2022 second-round pick in Sam Williams out of Ole Miss, he's going to be stepping up in that Dante Fowler position, and that Dorrance Armstrong position is going to be filled by Marshawn Kneeland. So I feel like Marshawn Kneeland is going to be a guy that gets the majority of that right defensive end spot, and he's going to be that guy sitting that edge and be a really great guy that can stoutly stop the run. Because if you can stop the run on that right defensive end, it's going to be hell, because you know you can't run on D-Law's side. And if you can't run on Marshawn Kneeland's side, and he's a guy that's getting multiple stops, multiple tackle for losses, and he's just blowing up plays in the backfield consistently, if he's consistently healthy, consistently making plays, and consistently listening to the coaches and doing everything that he's asked, he will consistently play in this league. He'll carve himself out a 10 to 12-year career in this league. He'll be a hellfight of a player, and he will be one of those every other 10 years that we select in the second round. He's a guy that stands out like a Trayvon Diggs and a DeMarcus Lawrence. I really feel like he can be a really great defensive end in this league. It's going to take some time. It's going to be a learning curve. Again, he's going to be a rookie, so there are going to be some learning curves with a lot of these guys. Cooper Beebe, Maurice Lewis-Fowl, Tyler Guyton. A lot of these guys are going to be starting for you on this football field. There's going to be a lot of hardships for these players, so we got to keep that in mind and temper our expectations. But I really feel like year two, we're going to really see that pass rush upside from him, because if he can be a guy that can stoutly be that right defensive end and that can free up Micah Parsons from not necessarily having to play full-time defensive end, come down the stretch of those games, come down the stretch of the season from October to December where he's playing an overwhelming percent of the snaps where he's just pass rushing. If he can play some middle linebacker and he pass rushes from that middle linebacker spot like he did in 2021 when he was the unanimous Defensive Rookie of the Year, delusional people in the national media was comparing it. But Lawrence Taylor, when it's comparing Michael Parsons to Lawrence Taylor, he had 13.5 sacks. If we can get back to that Michael Parsons where he's freed up and he's not constrained to mainly play defensive end, we're going to have a hell of a fight of a defense again. And now you're doing what you did in 2021. You do that in 2024 with a vetted up Michael Parsons who's dealt with all the backlash with the media, got fans already talking down on him and everything like that. Don't want him to get paid. They want him to get traded. So a lot of people just hating on Michael Parsons. I felt like if he can free up Michael Parsons, I feel like Marshawn Kneeland can do another great part if he just continuously he's a really great guy in the run game department, and then he builds off of that and he becomes a really good pass rusher, which he can free up Michael Parsons. We're going to have one of those great defenses that people talk about for the next few years, and we're going to have a really stout defense under Mike Zimmer if Marshawn Kneeland can step up and we can free up Michael Parsons, which I'll talk about in a separate video more in length. But really, that's it. Stay healthy. Don't be a penalty-driven dude. What you did in Western Michigan, being a top run defensive end player, transition that, which I think he can transition that from college to the league. He has a lot of transferable traits. Brings that over to the league. He stays healthy. He builds off of that, and he turns into a really nice pass rusher come year 2, year 3. We're going to be talking about a really great defensive end for the NFL, and especially for the Dallas Cowboys. And we're going to be talking about a top pass rushing duo with Kneeland and Michael Parsons for the next few years. I'm being serious. If this pans out, if he develops, if he takes a constructive criticism. He faces some lumps, and yes, he will be facing some of those top defensive ends. Laramie Tunsil, Trent Williams in the run game, Taylor Decker out of Detroit, Jordan Mailata out of Philly. So he's going to be seeing a lot of competition. Andrew Thomas, left tackle in New York Giants. So that's about it for the video. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.